Morning, welcome back. It's the 9th of July 2022 and I can't believe in just a week how bad this grass has grown again. I've got so much to do. Today what I'm going to be doing is making some more protection cages for over in those grow beds that we dug over and filled with compost so I can get the winter brassicas out, and I basically need to just get cracking. If I get the time, I'll put the camera on and we'll show you how we're doing this. I really need to get cracking. I have got all sorts of ones that I've bought, but they don't fit on the beds properly, or I'm going to have to do too much modification. They will be used, but just not over there. So this morning I've been and bought some wood from the timber yard and nearly fell through the floor. But I just wanted to get the job done quick. So I got some of it pre-cut so that I've got less cutting to do, and hopefully we can just crack on and get on with it. Right, so like I said, it's now the 9th of July and I'm going to show you something now that I've never experienced, and I'm wondering if it's a way to go in future. Let me know in the comments below, because I've never grew calabrese before. This is my first time. And in an earlier video you've seen me showing you the heads starting to form on them after I'd only just planted them. So these have been in 4 weeks exactly, and I just want to show you this. That one has started to blow, so we'll be cutting all of these today. But other than that, I'm pretty certain it's 4 weeks. I'll need to look back on the video of when I planted these, but I'm pretty certain it's only 4 weeks. But this is a brand new no-dig bed, as you remember. It was full of weeds. We threw some cardboard down and I filled it with brand new compost. And I think I'm only just, they maybe look as though they're just starting to open now. So if I catch them now, I'll at least get a harvest. But I think that's quite remarkable. Let's say it's 5 weeks. That is quite remarkable. So what I'll do is I'll cut the heads off and see if we get some more little ones, little florets, to see if we can get a second harvest. These potatoes were planted at the same time, if you remember, if you look back on the videos. And these are the other calabrese. They're planted exactly the same time in this bed, but this had no added nutrients this year, as you remember I told you. And in spite of, we've still got some heads on these as well. Now these are very small. They haven't grew half as well as the other ones, which just shows you how important it is to give extra nutrition to your plants. But they're all harvestable and of an edible size. Right, so this is our wood I got it all cut into more or less 4 foot lengths. Now I will need to cut some of these for the height and the width to make the framing, but I got more substantial slating lats this time rather than the little thin ones that I made the other ones with. Right, so what I've done is I've got these laths and I've cut them basically the width of the bed. I put a couple in the bed over there, laid them side by side to see what the distance in between was, and I'm going to make the two end panels now. So it turned out that once I got the width that I wanted, that was what was left in length. So I decided that's the height they're going to be, plus that, plus one on the top of course. So that's going to give me just over 2 foot. And I decided that that would be sufficient for most brassicas. So that's what I'm about to do now. So we'll just make a start on this to show you what we do and how we assemble these, and then I'm just going to crack on. So basically we just pilot hole the ends, and I put 2 screws in pretty close together, but not too close to the end. And I tend to put them on a diagonal like that, which just gives it a little bit more strength. If you don't do this, you'll just split your lats basically, as most people will know. Right, and then all I need to do is get a couple of screws. Sorry about the sniffing, guys. I have this cold, I don't know how long, and I cannot get rid of it. And we simply join them together like this with the screws. Always build things with screws, because then if you ever wanted to change your mind, disassemble, make them bigger, smaller, whatever, just make sure they're square. And then we'll just continue like that. Right, so hopefully, as you can see in the background here, there's one. I've got all the panels made except the lid for one. It's just time consuming, this, guys, and that's the reason why I've been putting it off and putting it off. But the thing is, once I've done it, they can be disassembled and put away in the garage every winter and then just reassembled in minutes. So yes, it's time consumption initially and the cost, but inevitably this is the way to go. I think it is anyways, because I hate faffing with nets. I've stressed this hundreds of times. Lifting these on and off to do the weeding or tend to the plants, for me, is going to be much easier going forward. So basically we've got one made here, and we've got the two small end panels, and all I've done is I've cut a piece of this barrier netting, which is built scaffold and barrier netting, and we've got the frame made up, and it's as simple as unfolding this. This is only 1 metre wide, this one. Getting it somewhere near, I mean obviously I laid it on the bed and then I cut it to length with a little extra on each side, and just starting with the edge on one side here, I simply tack it there, pull it tight at this end, keeping the line as level as you can. And then we put one in this end. That'll just hold it in place while I tack it across. And basically, that's all you do, guys. Right, and there we have it. There's our first one, guys. But it's taken like an hour and a half. By the time you've put hundreds of staples in, you're going to do it right. So that's taken me about an hour and a half, cutting it to size, and then meshing it, and then getting it all stapled up, and then just 2 screws this side, 2 screws that side, and that's the frame done. But now I've got to make a lid, and then another one. Right, so, there we have it, all finished and done. So it's took me about 2 hours, but the thing is, I can use this year after year after year after year after year. I also managed to save myself some wood and making extra panels. So I just had the 2 ends to make. And the first one, I put an end on each, and I was going to put an end on each of those, and I thought, no. Basically, I only need the ones on the end, and the 2 lids, and the 2 lids hold these together. So as you can see, there's nothing in the middle, but I can still lift these out independently to get in and weed, without trying to lift an 8-foot cloche. So, because they're in 4 foot, they break down easily. You can just lift one out, lift the other one out. And all I've done is put 1 screw in here to hold them 2 together. And as you can see, it's a cracking sturdy job. All the netting's lovely and tight. It's that good. We've trapped an insect inside and it can't get out, but we will let it out, of course. But yeah, so, and because I've made these a specific size, we don't have the seams where the seams normally would be on this barrier netting, and there are holes where they can get in. The seams are tucked over the edge and stapled to the inside. So basically, there is no holes at all in this. So what I've decided I'm going to do, I'm going to take those other 2 that are made, which I know fit on this bed, and I'm going to take them off the brassicas, off the calabrese now, because I'm going to harvest them, and then if we get anything else, we get something else. But if they get a little bit of damage, it won't matter, and that'll let me crack on with getting this bed planted and this one. And then if I've got time, I'll start making some more, another one of these for here. So I'm just going to get cracking. Right, so we haven't actually got the top up, we haven't got the fish blood and bone on these two beds yet, and the compost to top it up with the new compost, but we have dug these over. So what we've done is, it's taken me all day, this, guys, but this is completely planted out now for with winter crops. So we've got some winter radish red meat here, then I've got 10 cauliflowers in there, all year round cauliflowers, and then I've got some beetroot, multi-sown beetroot up here. Some of them have only got one in, some have got two, some's got three, or some's got four. Little bit of beetroot there as well. And then I've put the Primo 2 cabbage in here. Now I know this is pretty much a spring cabbage, but I've no reason to see why it wouldn't get a decent size before winter sets in. So I'm hoping to get these the look. I've seen these on other people's channels and they look really, really good cabbages. And we've got 3, 6, 9 and a backup there just in case any gets slugged. So we've got 10 in total. We might remove the 10th one if these all make it. If not, we've got that one backup. And I've just used this one off the Calabrese bed to fill that up, so that's those two beds now planted out. We've still got peas to harvest tomorrow and the beans. I want these beds finished before I can start making more framing like these. And I've got this to dig over, and I've got a mini polytunnel thing that I'm hoping will just go right in there to give me a quick cover until I can get a proper one made on there, but at least it'll get me underway, because this is just so time consuming. But the beauty about it is now they're made, they'll last for years, and it's all treated timber, this as well, by the way, so they'll last for years, these, unless we have an accident and something rips them to smithereens. But even then it's just patching them. They're actually built now, so they're going to last a while. And we have got these slightly taller ones. These are just under 2.5 feet, and these are just under 3 feet. So we've got these slightly taller ones should we need them, and we can swap about or interchange if we need to. I just want to get these finished off tomorrow. Toad is coming tomorrow with a bit of luck, so I need another post knocked in down on the back side of this fence. I need 2 posts in, and some runners fastened to the posts up to the height of that, and then I still need this cable tied through the centre, and that'll be that done before winter. Right, so I hope you've enjoyed today's little video. I've harvested all of the broccoli as well. I took the 6 smaller ones and I gave them to my daughter, and I've took the other 6 off, and they're in the bag down here, the take home with me. Yeah, I didn't realise I could grow that quick. Let me know what you think in the comments. Have you ever done this before? And they seem to be fine. They don't look, there was one that looked like it had blown a little bit, but there's still loads of, I noticed when I cut the heads off, there was lots more coming as well. So perhaps we'll get a second round on them even. But like I said, they've only been, I think, a maximum being planted out. Obviously they grew first, but they've only actually been planted out about 5 weeks tops, I think, not much more than that. And you've seen the size of the heads on the, especially on the ones in the new compost. For now, guys, wherever you are in the world, please stay safe and be practical and keep yourselves out of harm's way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.